Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sam. Please do make sure that you subscribe to this channel and like this video if you find it interesting. So my top 3 concerns about Bitcoin, that's what this video is all about. So in our previous video, I told us how that the fact that this new news article came out is a cause of concern for me, because banks will still start holding your Bitcoin, and it's a problem, and I'm going to state out some 3 reasons why I'm concerned about Bitcoin in the future. All right, so let's jump right into it. So number 1 concern that I have about Bitcoin is the centralization of Bitcoin hash rate. So I'm going to show you guys a chart here. For those of you not watching on YouTube, yeah, you're watching on via Instagram or Facebook, you can go over to my YouTube channel to watch this particular video when it's out. But I'm going to say what I'm reading. So first of all, let me explain what hash rate is, because I'm assuming that you guys know what hash rate is. So in Bitcoin uses a lot of electricity, right? And in layman's term, this electricity are called hash rates, right? So let's assume this is a Bitcoin mining machine, right? So you will buy, no, this one looks more like a Bitcoin mining machine. So you buy your Bitcoin mining machine, and then it starts mining Bitcoin. But this mining machine uses electricity, right? And it's contributing a hash rate to the Bitcoin mining network, So there are different companies around the world that have Bitcoin mining pools, right? So thousands of miners contribute their mining power, called hash rates, to a mining pool. So this mining pool are like representatives in the network. An example, if you're not looking at the screen, is F2 pool, Ant pool. I'm now calling the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the top 5. F2 pool, Ant pool, pooling, BTC.com, and Binance pool. These are the top 5 mining pools in the Bitcoin network. Now, so in another way to put it, these are the top 5 companies that control most of the hash rates. Now, let me show you my number 1 concern about Bitcoin. Now, I told you how that these mining pools are like companies or representatives for Bitcoin, in which people take their hash rate and provide to these guys. Now, for those of you that are just joining, I want to talk about my top 3 concerns about Bitcoin, and anyone is free to jump on the call, right? If you want to educate me more and tell me, hey Sam, your concerns are true, but these are the things you're missing out. Feel free to join so that I can learn something new. So my number 1 concern is this: there's a huge centralization in Bitcoin hash rate. I don't know if this can be a problem in the future, but now look at the chart right here. About 65.08% of Bitcoin hash rates is located in China. 65.08% of Bitcoin hash rates is located in China. That is a problem. If that is not centralization, I don't know what that is. Anyone is free to correct me on that, but that is centralization in this area. Now, obviously, like I always say this in my video, there is no blockchain that is 100% decentralized, right? So, so feel free to correct me on that. I feel this is some level of centralization in this area. So the next country that has the most hash rate is the United States. The United States has 7.24% of the hash rate, and then Russia, and then Kazakhstan, then Malaysia, Iran, and then Canada, Germany, Norway, Venezuela. So Venezuela has 0.42, and it's amazing that Venezuela has 0.42 because their currency has been doing extremely poor. You see, so right now they are dumping their currency and going for cryptocurrency, which is pretty smart. So that's my number one concern about Bitcoin. For those of you looking at the screen on YouTube, right? Why? What the? I'm gonna clean this up. Sorry. Yeah, mining hash rate centralization is my number one concern. So if you're on Facebook or you're watching YouTube, feel free to comment your thoughts about that. My number two concern about Bitcoin is the ease of performing 51% attack. Just in case you don't know what 51% attack is, let me see. 51%. Yeah, crypto 51. So in cryptocurrency is, is said to be a decentralized distributed ledger, right? It's said to be decentralized, right? But you can still manipulate the blockchain network through what is called 51% attack. So what that means is this: anyone that has over 51% of the power in a blockchain can actually manipulate the blockchain, either manipulate it for good or manipulate it for evil. A perfect example for those of you that are new in cryptocurrency, that don't check the news and don't watch my YouTube channel, a perfect example is a cryptocurrency called Ethereum Classic. I'm going to pull that up for us right now. ETC, oh, you look at it right there. Now, Ethereum Classic is like Ethereum and Bitcoin. Ethereum Classic is like Ethereum and Bitcoin. Now, within the last 1 year, let me not go there. So Bitcoin uses proof of work. Ethereum currently uses proof of work, right? So Ethereum Classic is just a fork. You know how you give birth to a child? Fork means you're taking the code. Maybe this is Ethereum, and they want to create Ethereum is this large. You want to create another Ethereum, so you can fork the code. Though it's the exact same copy, but this one is smaller, right? So Ethereum Classic, Ethereum. Now Ethereum Classic uses the same exact technology as Bitcoin and Ethereum. Ethereum, remember I said 51% attack is when a blockchain, is when a group of persons or someone has well over 51% power, more than other people in the network. So you have more than 51% power. That's what 51% means. So 51% attack means this guy that has 51% power has attacked the network either for good or for bad. Hope that is clear. Now, Ethereum Classic has had 51% attack 3 good times last year. 3. Let me tell you how bad this is. This thing happened several months ago to Bitcoin, and then the price went down. Any blockchain that has had 51% attack doesn't have the right to still be called a blockchain or a cryptocurrency. You see? So Ethereum Classic has had 51% attack last year. So remember I said 51% attack, you must have 51% power over the network, either as a person or a group of persons, right? Now let's check the Bitcoin network. Let's see what does it take, or how many people has well over 51% power over the network. Now this is the Bitcoin mining pool hash rates, or let me say Bitcoin mining pool hash rate distribution. Let me put it that way. F2 pool has 18%, 18.6%. Ant pool has 17. I think I'm shouting. No be fight shout, but I don't know why I'm shouting, but when I'm doing video, I don't shout. Anyways, Ant pool has 17.4%. Pooling has 12.1%. BTC.com has 10.3%, and Binance pool has 9.9%. Ladies and gentlemen, that is well over 51%. So what this means is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mining pools, or should I say 5 companies, control 51%, over 51% of the Bitcoin mining network. Now, please correct me if I'm wrong, or if this is not centralization, right? Like I've told you guys, no one is above learning, right? So you can feel free to correct me if this is not correct, right? No one is above learning, right? We learn every day, right? If those that built the banks knew everything, they would have found out about Bitcoin long. They didn't know, and now they are aware, and now they are coming in. So I've been into cryptocurrency for long, yes, but I of course you can miss one or two. So feel free to correct me. So just 5 mining pool controls well over 51% of the Bitcoin network. That doesn't sound like decentralization to me. So that is another concern I have about Bitcoin. Now, the last concern I have about Bitcoin, for those of you that are watching via YouTube, if you're not watching via YouTube, I'm saying it out so you can hear me, is high fees will lead to gold standard. If you don't know what gold standard is, I said it in the last video, I'm going to say it again in this video if you're just joining. Several years ago, you could use your gold, and then the government just woke up one day and they were like, no need to be carrying gold around. We'll keep the gold at the bank, and then we'll give you a paper version of this gold. So this paper version now becomes your own money. You see, so the gold standard was rolled away. I have a concern that the high fees for sending Bitcoin on chain transaction for Bitcoin will lead to the same thing that happened to gold. You see, and that is why this news right here. Okay, this one also say former CFTC boss digital. What am I saying? Former CFTC boss. Digital dollar projects ready to kick off first US CBDC test. I've been saying this a long time ago, CBDC. And also this other news, US banks to allow Bitcoin trading in 2021. And then where is that other news? That the US banks will still start holding your Bitcoin. Right, so guys, the last point here is the high fees of Bitcoin will lead to what happened in the gold standard, where the ordinary, people on the streets will not be able to make simple payments with Bitcoin because the fees will be too much for them to use. It will not be a tool for the rich. Right, so these are my top 3 concerns about Bitcoin. Tell me what you think. Tell me if I'm looking at the wrong data. Let me know if there is something I should be worried about. And yeah, I would like to hear what you think. If you're watching via YouTube, just